2-point conversion. Well, Matt B couldn't be here again this week, and so I'm joined by another special guest host, Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, it's great to be here. I'm a huge fan.
Well, Aaron, I see that you're growing a mustache like you do every November, and so I thought we'd take this opportunity to take a look at NFL Mustache Power Rankings.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna kill my agent.
Jeff Fisher. It looks like a NASCAR mustache, but don't let it fool you. This is an extremely tolerant mustache. It's a mustache that's so secure in its manhood, it says, I'm not afraid to draft a gay player. On the other hand, Tony Dungy, is that a mustache or not? It's sort of afraid to be a mustache in the same way Tony Dungy is afraid of the gays. Oh man, Warren Moon. Great mustache. This is an all-weather mustache that could handle the cold winters of the CFL or the climate-controlled Astrodome. And as Matt B would say, a mustache like his only comes along every Warren Moon. Oh man, Jeff Hostetler. This is a supernatural mustache. It still haunts Western New Yorkers. The power of this mustache alone willed Scott Norwood's kick to the right. Dave Wanstead. Not to be confused with Jeff Hostetler. You know, it's amazing how much a mustache can make two men look exactly alike. God, that mustache almost turns me heterosexual. Jeff George. Can you believe this guy gets drafted first while I fall to 24th? He was an overrated player, and he's got an overrated mustache. It's doing its best to offset the mullet behind it, but the strength of the mullet just pulls it down.
Wait, why didn't I make the list?
Well, I'm sorry, Aaron. It's just, I feel like yours is a hipster mustache. I feel like you're growing it ironically, not because you actually like mustaches.
Why does everyone call me a hipster?
Anyway, wrapping up this segment, we'd now like to identify our top 4 mustaches in NFL history. And we've enshrined them in something we call Mount Stashmore. And they are Mike Ditka, Jeff Fisher, Andy Reid, and Shad Khan. Oh, that reminds me, I've been growing handlebar chest hair in honor of Movember, so I'm participating too. What are you doing?
Just going through some game film. Tablets are so mainstream.
Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of film, did you see Draft Day, the movie about the Cleveland Browns?
I saw it before it even came out.
I don't even know what that means. Anyway, ever since the success of Draft Day, obviously there's been a whole slew of NFL-themed movies coming out. Like this one, the story of the New England Patriots. The Big Gronkowski.
I only like their early stuff.
Or what about the story of the Dallas Cowboys? Jerry Jones' Diary.
Is that Renee Zellweger's new face?
This one is sure to be a classic. Story of one detective's search for an overpriced quarterback. The Maltese Flacco.
Wait, I got one. How about Tootsie's attempts to make picks against the spread in 8.5 points? Or how about Peyton Manning in the Pick 6 Cents? We have the same number of rings. Wait, I got one. How about Geno Smith in Interception?
Okay, well, that just about does it, so...
Wait, before we go, I was kind of hoping I could give a plug to my new Etsy store.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just sort of a lot of repurposed, vintage, folk, sort of upcycle, urban,
okay, Aaron,
shabby chic,
time out, okay?
Rustic.
Look, do you have any examples of some of the stuff you sell in your store?
Well, this is a mason jar, and I've used these sort of vintage, repurposed football helmets as a base. And then you just sort of add in some distressed flowers, like this. Okay, and then top it off. You want to seal it with a little bit of frozen tundra. And voila, you've got a Mason Crosby jar.
Okay, so where can we find these items?
Well, my store name is called Green Bay Slacker. And you can also find me at Artisan Fleas on bye weeks. Yeah, it's just a lot of repurposed, recycled, sort of folksy, vintage, sort of urban, modern, sort of warehousey, industrial folk, sort of, very farm to table,